my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed to this amazing podcast, because we have our special guest every Sunday, none other than our beautiful Aretha Bimbola. Put your hands together, darling. Welcome.
I'm so glad to be here in person. Hello. I finally made it here in real life. Thank you so much, and I cannot wait to get into the activities of today's episode, everything that's going on. I'm so glad to be here.
You are so welcome, Aretha. You are so welcome. It's so lovely to see your beautiful, pretty face. I haven't seen you since the meet and greet on the 20th of June. That was just the beginning of summer and the children were out. Aretha is a mother too. She's got a beautiful daughter, Kenya.
Yes.
And we have to get Kenya and Adrian to play together.
Definitely.
I keep on saying that I want to have Fumi Nation kids. I want to start that because of Adrian.
Lovely.
I want to do like a summer splash where all Fumi Nation children are invited. No tickets. They come. I will provide everything. Yes. For children, there's no barbecues. We're going to have like the big balloons and everything.
Nice.
And then what do they call this? Bouncy castle.
Yes, bouncy
castle. Candy floss. Everything. Yes.
Amazing.
Everything. I'm going to rent out a park. I already have the park.
Ooh.
And then they're just going to flood it over there, because I really do want to give something back.
Nice.
And we love kids. We love children.
Exactly.
We love children.
The kids are precious, yeah.
Everything. Okay, so we are doing the 5th episode of introducing Brigitte Macron. But before we start, I wanted to say this. I don't know Candace Owens, but I don't want a single hair on her head harmed. I do not. I think that she has a very strong, amazing presence. Whatever you might think of her, I don't ever sincerely wish any harm to her. And so, Candace, I tell you, be careful, Mama. You're a mother of 4 children. We love this debate where we can agree to disagree. It's not a big deal for me at all. At all. It just so happens that my wonderful friend Aretha is on the other side of this conversation about Brigitte, and we love each other, we respect each other. It's not a big deal, you know, for me anyway, and we can listen to each other's side and debate, and that's how you got into this chat. But now that we found out the unfortunate passing of Charlie Kirk, that he was a very good friend of yours. He was a huge part of your early days and how you came up. Again, I extend my deepest condolences to his family. I've now found out that it wasn't 2 girls. I thought he had 2 girls. He had a 3-year-old daughter, 1-year-old boy, and apparently Erica is expecting and is 3 months pregnant with their 3rd. Yes, apparently, allegedly, as they say. Wow. So for me, again, you know, it did not matter to me what Charlie said. It didn't to me. I would never have ever wanted anything to have happened to him. Never. Why?
I think it was incredibly shocking. It was sad, especially when I think they talk about the power of the tongue and some of the things he said. And I just think it was incredibly sad to see that he said there will have to be a few fatalities. A few people will have to die in order to protect our Second Amendment rights. And so to lose his life in such a tragic way, listen, I didn't agree with his thoughts, I didn't agree with his beliefs, but I'm still sad that a life was lost. This was a 31-year-old man with a young family. I think it's incredibly sad, and I think, like you said, again, it's time to really reiterate that we can agree to disagree. We should not get to the point where it comes to the point where you hate someone so much that you want to take a life. And it's really troubling times. And I think, like you said, Candice needs to be very careful.
100%. And of course, news is coming out, the update, because Charlie's wife has come out with a statement, which I thought was super brave, super soon to me, because I would have been a mess. But Tyler Robinson, the shooter, it has now come to light that in actual fact, his partner was transitioning to be a woman.
Everything's unfolding.
It's
in real
unfolding,
time,
so
isn't it? Yes.
You know. And let me also reiterate, Charlie said a lot of stuff I didn't agree with, and Charlie said some stuff that I agreed with. He wasn't wrong across the board. Candace is not wrong across the board. I am not right across the board. We are going to have different beliefs. Even in a marriage, husband and wife, there are things that we disagree on and things that we believe. Again, look at friends where we agree on and disagree on different things. It's just that you cannot take it to heart. And I think the youths, most especially, is dangerous because their frontal lobe is not developed. This guy was 22.
Yeah, the frontal lobe doesn't develop.
It's not developed. Yeah. It's dangerous. That's why I said going to universities to be saying all of this is dangerous. You have to let them develop and make up their own decisions. I did not think it was right about that. They're too young. Let them be exposed to everything. It's like me having my son and saying he must only be a swimmer because Ula was a swim champion. No, it might be tennis, it might be maths, it might be anything else. Let them be who they are. But to inject that into them, this is the backlash.
Exactly.
This is the backlash.
And also whilst having access to... oh my God. Having access to the firearms, that's the bit that I can't wrap my head around. And I just think... if anything now, I'm really intrigued to see where this conversation goes. I'm really intrigued about this section about his partner transitioning. Because that's really news to me because how we understood it is he was a Republican.
Correct.
He was a MAGA supporter.
Yes.
His family were all staunch gun owners.
Yes.
And if you think about it, for his aim to be as precise as it was...
He's been treated since he was a child.
Exactly.
So we are coming to light because, listen, my darling Fumi Nation, I listen to you, plus the new followers. Listen, the other day I took Adrian to the park. Adrian is how old? Adrian is 6, going to be 7 in October. There were 2 beautiful other boys that came with their father, and a boy just brought out, and it was a toy gun, and he was firing it all over the place. I didn't say one word. I said, Adrian, time to go. Get your scooter, go. I don't even like toy guns. Don't put that in the mind of your children. Don't make them. Stop making guns.
Exactly.
Stop making them. Toy guns, water guns, destroy all of them. We have to stop with the guns. You can get a gun in America before you can get medication for a headache.
It's crazy. You pop into Target, you can say, I want cereal, I want this,
I want a gun.
And I'll take the gun. Like...
you know,
how is
but
this?
It's because there's so much money behind it.
Well, this is the
Let's
thing.
call it for what it is.
Yeah.
That is what has cost Charlie's life. The accessibility, and of course, at the end of the day, this dangerous, poisonous situation where we're in social media, we're right here, and you say and do anything, it's dangerous.
It really is.
Because some people really take it seriously. They really do. And now you have to wear a bulletproof vest, you have to wear a brace for your neck, you have to wear a helmet. Who am I listening to? Who is talking behind all of this? But that's what this has come to. That's why I say, Candace, be careful.
Exactly.
That's why I said, you know what? It's not worth it. For me, it's not worth it. I have a child.
Exactly.
I have a child. If you ask me the why is my son. Why do I this? My son. That's the why. Everything else is second place. Exactly. Because nobody will take care of my child like me.
100%.
Nobody
100%.
will have the patience like me. Exactly. Nobody will do for my child like me. Why would I not put myself at risk?
Exactly.
Why would I do that? Why would I play Russian roulette? Why?
So true.
Moving on.
Breathe. Yes. Okay.
Darling, please take the floor.
And on that note, let me get my notes.
Yes.
Okay, so we are episode 5, Becoming Brigitte.
Becoming Brigitte.
Okay, so remember in episode 4, I'm just going to give a quick recap. We spoke a little bit about Veronique. So this is the lady behind the camera who said she was transitioned and they asked her, do you have a partner? Do you live with anyone? She said, no, I have lived with a woman and the union was conceived. So I don't know if that means we've had a child or I'm not quite sure what that meant, but that's what she says. So then fast forward, we go to Jean-Michel Trogneux and we found that he was married to none other than who? A lady called Veronique. Surprise, surprise. Veronique Drew. And they apparently got married on November 24th. I think I remember this specifically because that's my birthday, November 24th. There are no images of the wedding, and we're told it was in a small publication that the wedding took place in the strictest of privacies. And the only other person that was there was none other than Brigitte. Coinciding. Once again, we've spoken about these magical coincidences that happen. Okay, Jean-Michel and Veronique had a son called Jean-Jacques Trogneux. And that Jean-Jacques is the one that I think, but you didn't think he looked like Emmanuel Macron. I think, so that is Jean.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I don't think they looked alike. And everybody said, Fumi, you're just trying to this thing. I didn't.
Okay.
But for argument's sake, let's say that they did look alike. It did not mean that they were related.
No.
Because we have a twin all over the world.
Yes.
I would be a millionaire for the amount of people who have told me I look like Grace Jones.
Yes, exactly.
So that was the point I was trying to make. For me, I don't think that they look alike. I don't.
Yeah,
I think that they've got similarities, but not to the point that they're related. No, I don't.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Right, so...
Where's my water?
Oh, the water's up here.
Yes, where's yours?
Mine's in my bag.
Oh, are you taking it with you?
No, I just...
Oh, I see what
there.
you mean. Okay. All right.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna
Yes, and I have a straw because you see I'm on camera, so... All right. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Right, so they had a son, and this is the Jean-Jacques Trogneux. And then they had another child as well.
Yes.
Can't remember the child's name, but then by 1987, they were divorced. The marriage was over.
Yes.
And then apparently in 1998, Veronique, she really classes up. She marries rich now.
Yes.
So she's moved on. She marries a very rich insurer called Alain de Simone.
Yes.
So Xavier Poussard is the journalist. He saw, and the reason he managed to come about Veronique's details is because now she's married up, she's in a publication, and it comes out. And basically, he contacts her via WhatsApp, and she's agreed to meet with him, or to have a conversation with him on WhatsApp.
So this is Brigitte's sister-in-law.
Yes.
This is Brigitte's brother's wife.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So Veronique agreed to have a call with Xavier Poussard.
Yes.
And she says, listen, I want to dispel this ridiculous rumour. She said, our marriage is over, and, it's gone on. We had children, but we've both gone our separate ways. There's nothing to it. But I just want to tell you categorically, it's ridiculous. Jean-Michel is not Brigitte Macron.
Yes.
He says, okay, no problem, I understand. Can you just give me some photos? And he said, if you can give me some photos, that's it. I will put this story to bed. He's been working on this for 8 years, by the way.
Can I say something?
Please, go for it.
What brought about him to be suspicious of her gender? I'm just curious.
I think, first of all, it was those two women. So those two women started it. Was Natasha, and I can't remember the other lady.
Yeah.
I can't remember what triggered them. I'll have to go back and have a look as to what initially started it.
Yeah.
But I actually think, if I remember correctly, now I'm going through it, I remember them saying they were fascinated, and it was this piece of wanting to really welcome older female, and really wanting to do a, I suppose, female empowerment story, that we have an older woman as the president.
So what brought about them suspecting she was a man?
Because when they looked at the genealogy, it didn't make sense.
What genealogy?
Okay, we're looking at your life. We're looking at, we want to see a young Brigitte.
And that's what triggered off, because there were gaps.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
Who was Brigitte when she was a young girl?
And they could not find pictures. They couldn't find school pictures. There were years when it was just missing, that kind of thing. And they said, what are we?
Anytime they tried to approach the
they were threatened, they were thrown off, they were shut down
immediately.
I understand.
And it was just like, okay, that, and then all of a sudden that gets your spidey senses tingling, doesn't it? And you think, hang on a minute, what's happening here? Let me go and see. And I think then that spiraled down the rabbit hole. And then, this is what's bizarre. Veronique then says, Brigitte has told me not to get involved.
Yes.
Now, the reason that's weird is because you were married to Jean-Michel. I mean, I can't imagine a situation where, if anything happened, I would be taking instruction from my husband's sister, as opposed to my husband directly.
You don't know the relationship between sisters-in-law.
Fair enough. Yeah,
no, I'm not trying to this thing. But you don't know the relationship between sisters-in-law. On top of which, my sister-in-law is the First Lady of France. Okay. That's another thing.
That's a valid
It's not as if to say that we are just Louise and Lola in the back.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying? Right from the gate, you're protective of the First Lady of France in any family. If anybody came to me talking about my sister and she was the First Lady, I would say, I don't talk about this, none of your business. I would always protect her because I don't know.
And defer to her. Okay,
I defer to her. I'm just saying, if it was a situation where I cannot stand my sister-in-law and she's a bitch, I'll be like, come over, I'll have cookies, I'm going to tell you everything.
Break it all down.
Oh, you don't even know. I'm going to add to it. Not only she a man, you got hair on her chest. And you can...
hair on her chest.
She's got hair on her chest.
Guys, never upset.
And I will tell you, I said, oh, you're only finding out now. Oh, you don't even know the tea. Baby, come on over. This is my address.
I got pictures.
I got pictures. Her toes and everything. She's a mess.
Okay, so we'll let her have that one. Okay. She has a relationship with her sister-in-law.
Okay.
So then she goes on to say, okay, so she says, no, Brigitte says not to get involved. So then Xavier then says, considering, and this is a valid point, considering Brigitte is the very reason you are all pulled into this social media mess.
But you see, so now I'm mad. So I've changed it. You know what? Come on over. Come. Exactly. I will tell you everything. She got me. She dragged me into this.
I wanted no parts in this.
I wanted no parts.
Exactly. I'm rich. I'm living with my new rich husband. And here you are dragging me into this
Come
circus.
on over. I'll give you everything.
Exactly. But she says no. He says, so anyway, so at this point, apparently... he hears someone, I think Veronique tripped up at some point in the call. He hears someone in the background and then it's almost like, okay, the call is cut abruptly and that's it. Anyway, Xavier's now not completely satisfied. He goes digging and then finds weird patterns of behaviours from Veronique's marriage. And once again, like I said, all these coincidences together. So... in tax documents, she leaves off the fact, and this is where, because she was married apparently beforehand to someone called Serge Frank.
Yes.
But she leaves out in her tax document that she was married to Jean-Michel.
Yes.
Why? Now, this is a tax document, so for legal reasons, we all know you can play with a lot of things, but
you can't play
death
with that.
And taxes.
Highly suspect.
Exactly.
On top of which, I can understand if you don't have any feelings for him, you can't stand him, you tear up all of the pictures, evidence. But when it comes to documents, lawful documents, you can't do that.
Exactly.
You cannot do that. So that's suspect.
That is a bit suspect, exactly. Yeah. So she's left him off that and said, okay, how strange. So they divorced earlier in 87. And coincidentally, guess who pops up all of a sudden? We can't find anything in the genealogy of between... Remember last week we said she went to Sacred Heart, but they refuse categorically to present any pictures.
Let me ask you, when did they refuse these pictures? When did they refuse to, voluntary, publish? When was this?
I can't remember. I don't know what year it was, but I remember as part of his documentation, Xavier Poussard went to Sacred Heart School.
So she was already the First Lady?
Oh, yeah, she was already the First Lady.
Maybe that was why.
No, but this is public record. Okay,
Thank you. So where were we? Sacred Heart.
Yes. So remember last week, exactly, we said she went to Sacred Heart. This is public record now. This is a school. So and you think about it, Barack Obama, we know what school he went to. Michelle Obama, we know what
I can give you records too.
Exactly. We can
100%.
Google all of these people. These are public figures, and they went to schools that the information is public. We're not asking for private information. We're just asking for a list of attendees during this time. It's no longer a data breach. It's no longer a security issue because she no longer goes there. But like we said, so that was last week. So anyway, they've divorced in 1987, and then guess who now pops up in 1986, and that is Brigitte. She's the school teacher at Lucy Berger School.
Oh yes. Oh, Candace made me laugh. She said, with the sexy Claudia Schiffer legs.
Yes, that we still never seen yet.
The sexy Claudia, because that was how she was painted out to be. To be so irresistible that, of course, she, pumped the hearts of young boys. Yeah. Most specifically, Emmanuel at 9 years old. And she was this sensational model X beauty, Claudia Schiffer, blah, 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 sex kitten. Very far from the truth when we saw the picture.
Exactly. Well,
suspect.
Exactly. It's 100%. Very much given school teacher.
It still hurts my heart because no matter what, anyway, for me, keep your reservations. Continue, my love.
So that's that now. So that's
Yeah.
Brigitte. We've ended that, and then now we move on to Emmanuel Macron. So here we talk about. They spoke about how Emmanuel was, this boy wonder. He was this genius. He was fabulous and so intelligent, and they've really jazzed him up, much like they did with Brigitte being this sex kitten.
Yes.
So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
However, his colleagues at the bank said, "Hang on a minute, Emmanuel. No.
He wasn't the sharpest tool in the drawer.
At the very least.
Far from it.
Exactly. Apparently there's a term, and I forgot to make note of it, but that apparently all bankers should know, and he didn't even know that. It got to the point where they said he was very, very well connected, though.
Yes.
That sometimes he would be able to supersede his superiors
Yes.
and go straight to the Rothschilds.
Yes.
Now, why are we mentioning the Rothschilds? Because it's important. I don't know, we've heard in the past, the ruling 1%. They are part of that ruling 1%. Just Google the Rothschild, what they own, BlackRock, everything that they touch. When it comes to unseen money, the Rothschilds. Now, apparently, they have been responsible, and even it's an open secret. Emmanuel Macron talks about how he he doesn't say the words exactly, but kind of insinuates he is indebted to them. That there is a level.
He owes a lot to them.
Exactly. And you think,
climbing up the ladder.
Exactly. And when you think to yourself, why is that then? What's happened? We don't go into that much detail. He's, like I said again, apparently there was lots of disruption. So in order to work in certain financial institutes, you have to have gone to a certain private school in France that is very, very elite, very difficult to get into. And there is an entrance exam that must be written.
Of which he failed, and they cancelled.
Exactly.
Yes.
They cancelled.
Yeah.
They then turned around and said, "Oh, you know what? Scrap the exam.
Yes.
We don't."
Which is ridiculous.
Just get him in. And all the other people thinking, "Well, how?" But anyway, this is your boy genius that's supposed to have,
He's
been
far from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His colleagues then are a little bit up in arms, and obviously it's proven some, discomfort in the organisation, because you've got people working their butts off and they can't accelerate at the level he is.
100%.
At the age of 32, he becomes a managing partner in the business.
The youngest ever in the history.
Exactly. Why? It's just, now, when you think about these things separately, you think, okay, well, what does that have to do with Brigitte being a man? I'm just going to kind of finish it with this, because to me, this is where I stopped making notes. There is a member of the Rothschild family. I think she was one of the nieces, possibly David's niece, because apparently it's David that's put Emmanuel in this powerful position. So remember, if someone does you a favour and they call out that I've done you a favour, I'm coming back to collect at a later point, is the impression that we're being given by the Rothschilds here.
Yeah.
So this niece of David then says there is a Rothschild saying, quoted in the family member, vice is nice, but incest is best.
Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought, oh Lord. So after that, to be honest, I was pretty much done. And that then begins to kind of formulate their thought process. I mean, after that, what else is there to say? Vice is nice, but incest is best.
As a mother, where I will protect my child to the absolute, that is unacceptable. You have to, when you get the insect spray, you have to eradicate them out of there.
Agreed.
And that's where I agree with Candace. I agree with Candace when it comes to any kind of pedophilia, absolutely zero toleration. Absolutely zero toleration. She went on to talk about the face recognition. And she had different stages of Brigitte, even with the dentures. No, Candace, that was shady. Because when she said the dentures, I was like, anywhere to put it in.
Any jab. And then she says he. Oh, did I say he? I mean she. I thought,
she. I said, Candace, shady boots. But I got it though. And the thing was that, here's my thing. I would have really loved it, because I think Candace she did a thorough job, big time. I would have loved if they also tested the face recognition on her.
Oh, on Candace?
Yes. It would have been good, because we need to not, they say, they did this. You understand me? The face recognition can show 60-70% high this, high that. It was not this. To the point where Emmanuel Macron and the other guy that I said they don't look alike, they are not even related. The face recognition determined that. So I was right.
Okay.
Yes, they are not.
I missed them,
Yeah. But she went on with the face recognition to say they extended and yet another invitation to Brigitte to answer us, speak to my team, to the point that Brigitte even went on to talk about his chief officer. Started to follow her on Instagram.
Yes, Alex. To the point she waved and said hi. Alex.
She said hi and see that it had been read, and he chose not to say anything.
Respond, yeah.
But he, in essence, wanted her to know that I am fully aware of you. Intimidation tactic. But, you know, Candace being Candace in a very good way, very strong, said, oh, hi. I also acknowledge that you're here.
Exactly. We see each other.
Yeah, we see each other.
Yeah.
You do you, I do me, but we here.
Exactly.
And my Instagram is up.
They have rights in America, you know. She's not given,
and she has that mentality of which I love.
Yes.
That and
exactly.
That do you think that because you're following me that I'm going to make my account private? Because she did mention my account is public.
Yeah, she said exactly.
So you could have just followed. You know,
yeah.
you didn't have to. But I think you wanted to make out like, you know what, we're in the same, you know, area code, that, you know, I live on your street now, kind of thing. So the face recognition, I understand it. Here's my issue. If this was a life or death situation, and we were going to take a man to the guillotine, and it depended on this face recognition, would we believe it and take this man to the guillotine because the face recognition? Would we do it? I need to have proof, full proof. I see how Candace has really taken me
on a journey,
on this journey. I appreciate it. I do. I still find humbly that Brigitte is a woman. I don't think she's a man. I saw it in the comments. Some of you said, Fumi's afraid. Darling,
is that what they said?
I'm not afraid of anything. That's your opinion.
Yes.
You keep your judgment and don't make ideas for me. I'm not afraid of anybody. If I really thought the first wife of France was a man, trust and believe, I don't need Candace Owens to tell me. I would have made up my own ideologies. It's only that when I first came out, it was very ridiculous of me to say something if I had not watched a series.
Yes, okay.
You understand me?
Yes.
So I said, no, Fumi, that doesn't make sense. You can't talk on something if you've not watched it.
You've not seen it. Yeah.
And I'm enjoying the series, believe it or not. And I'm getting to know them individually and as an ensemble cast.
Yes.
Because that's what they are. And what I do agree with Candace, this manipulation and grooming of children, if it's from the top, it's got to be taken and eradicated from the top. Indeed. At any cost.
Indeed.
At any cost. But it does not necessarily mean that I have to agree with everything she says.
Oh, no, of course.
Do you
exactly.
see? But we have the Candace Owen family members out here in these Fumi streets.
Are staunch believers, and I'm with you
yes.
guys. I believe, I 100% believe that
you
Brigitte,
really believe this?
I really, really believe that Brigitte Macron, the First Lady, was not born a biological female.
Wow.
Now let's just also let me just say this, because France at the moment are up in arms. Are you aware of this at the moment?
No.
Oh, please, just have a look. There's massive protests because Africa's cut France off, so they are now beginning to feel the financial. They've chucked out
squeeze
their fourth prime minister. They've chucked out their fourth prime minister and they're up in arms. What does that mean? They do not have the money to waste on this rubbish. Brigitte, get in the office, get the jab and prove to us you're a woman once and for all, and stop wasting millions on legal lawsuits with Candace when you can literally do a quick jab and let us know were you born a woman or not.
Well, you see, that's another thing. And this is not me saying, but this is me saying. Who is Candace Owens that she has to answer to? That is why she's suing her. And everything's going to come out in the wash. But prior to that, I understand they want to water it down and say that Candace Owens is a blogger, YouTuber, influencer. She's a huge influencer because the power is in the numbers.
Yeah.
Having said that, I am the First Lady of France, Missy. I could be your mother times 10. How dare you? I am not answering to you. On top of which, I find you repugnant. The way that you have slandered and murked my name and slandered me and smeared myself and my husband and accused me of grooming him and all of these things. I will not speak to you. I will not acknowledge you. But the thing was that the flames unbeknownst to Brigitte, they were closer to home than she thought.
Yes.
I truly believe that. In the case of the grooming, again, Brigitte, this is a very tight wound. Why? Because hypothetically say that you met this young man, Emmanuel, and you said that nothing happened. Nothing happened. I am believing you, yeah? There had to have been something that happened to ignite some kind of feeling between you, for you and him to say, we'll leave it for where it is, and then when I'm older, I'll come and meet you. Yeah? There has to have been something. It couldn't have been that, oh, you know what, when I'm older, I'm going to look for you. Because you'd have gone on with your life as you did, get married, you were married, you wouldn't have done any of that. Instead, you divorced your husband. 2 years later, you married Emmanuel, which meant that there was something there. The thing for grooming is a very big stretch for me, but it's still a blanket that is sewn around, in the sense that whatever feelings he had for you, he let you know. You knew about it.
Yeah.
That, in a sense, is grooming. Why? Because they're reaching that adolescent age where they don't know what they're doing. Your hormones are all of that. And you 100% entertained it.
Yes.
You had to have agreed to whatever crazy thing that he must have said at 14. His parents did not know. His parents sat there and almost fell off their chair had they not been sitting on it, because they thought that he was dating your daughter in the class. That's part of grooming. Yeah. The grooming is you not stamping it out and say, absolutely not. And go to the principal and say, I have a student who is behaving irrationally. I don't entertain it. Take me out of here. Take me out of this class. Take me out of this year of students.
Exactly. Or put him in a different class to
exactly.
me. Something
at different
us.
times. But I don't entertain this. Exactly. That's why the word grooming is there. I have to agree.
Yeah.
I have to agree. So, here being is that you meeting afterwards, and I said it in so many episodes, it doesn't matter whether he was older. The mere fact on how you guys met,
exactly,
I would never have done it.
You met him as a child.
I would never have done it. And that's the guilt. And in that guilt, of which you absolutely do deserve, came your karma in the form of Candice.
Yeah, yeah. But also, everything in the dark must come to light. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what it is. And so the PR machine of when he married you, let's turn this into somebody who was sexy, Claudia Schiffer legs, and she was so irresistible. You're not that great looking to say yes.
Exactly.
No. A man of 70 is a beautiful woman that will look beautiful till the chick goes into her coffin. You, not so much. I live for you. I really do. And I am neutral. But being neutral has to also come with the hard truths.
Yes, we have to
This
be
is
realistic.
not looking flawless, mama.
You were not a pin-up. You were not the sex
You
symbol
were not.
that we were sold.
And I'm saying Claudia. And Candice was out here trying to give shade. I'm not listening to her shady boots. I'm just trying to tell you that you were never Claudia.
Exactly.
You were not.
No.
And so for them to paint that picture in March, which is like the British Hello magazine, the French Hello magazine, and then have you in this swimsuit. I mean, I don't know about you, but keeping this weight off is a beast. I know that you're on that treadmill, on incline with weights every morning. It's a lot.
Yes, indeed.
So it's a lot.
It is.
You saw my treadmill.
Okay. And I saw it, and I see the weights.
All right. And I have my hot flashes. Not today. They come and go. Since I lost weight, they've really diminished.
Oh, really?
Oh, big time. The hot pepper, the salt, the sugar, my hot flashes have diminished. But they do pop up still, but not as much. They've gone down 70%.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
You would definitely say diet and lifestyle plays
a
huge
billion
impact.
percent. That sugar, hot pepper, the salt, calm down. And drinking my water, eating my salads, and minding my business.
And a little bit of Candice.
And a little bit of Candice. Shady boot Candice. But she's right though.
Yeah, but she loves it. This is what she lives.
So that's what it is, my darling. I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed this episode, because I know I did.
I did as well. I could go on for ages. We've got 3 more episodes.
Yes.
3 more episodes, and I am convinced by the end of it.
Yes.
I think I'm going to be able to turn Auntie Fumi.
Okay. Well, again, like I said, I'm an open book. I'm an open page. I'm enjoying it. Above all else, I'm really enjoying having you.
Yes.
I enjoy your company. I enjoy you as a person. We're going out for lunch after this. We're going to have fun. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? I know you must be wondering, Fumi, where are you? More importantly, who are you with? Well, my darlings, Aretha.
Hi, Fumi Nation.
Hello, Aretha Queens. We have just finished filming another episode of Becoming Brigitte Macron, episode 5, and it was fabulous, and we did it together.
Loved it.
It was sensational, and there were so many bits and bobs. I really think that we should do this on a regular. I really think that we should film
have to get another one
in person, 100%. So we are going out for lunch. Yes, Aretha is driving. Fabulous. I'm enjoying this rooftop ambiance, and I will see you guys sooner than later. I am wearing this gorgeous panty trouser, loose, kaftan-esque, and I'm loving it. Okay, all right guys, I got to go. We say goodbye for now. Do not forget, follow Aretha on all her social media platforms, baby. On her Instagram, on her TikTok, here on YouTube. The links will be down below, okay? I'll put them here as well. I forgot last week. I beg your pardon. I had just come back from New York and my head was all over the place. But here you're going to have them all over. And we will see you next week.
Yes. Indeed.
Yes, absolutely. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and we will see you. What? We'll see you sooner than later.
Thank you.
All of our love.
Bye.
Bye. Yes, I do. Look, back up. Have you noticed that I refuse to give any of this away? It's always sold out. Always what? It's always sold out. So, guys, what do I think about our slippery lime shampoo? Let me show you something. And for the benefit of other shampoo products, I covered them. I had to do this test because I needed to prove a point, and I don't want to bring up any other product or brand, but these are other shampoos that I've had. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take them out one by one. Let me put my slippery slime here. I'm going to bring it out one by one, and I'm going to pour it out for you to see. Yeah, look at the consistency. Look at the consistency. Okay, that is one. Look at the consistency of this one. Okay. Look at the consistency of this. Oh God. Look at the consistency of this. Look at the consistency of slippery slime shampoo by Healthy Hair Studio, created by a trichologist called ENITAN. It's a beast. It won't even. Just look. If you are asking me, Fumi, a slippery lime shampoo, Healthy Hair Studio, created by trichologist ENITAN, is it FDV approved? It is absolutely FDV approved. It is absolutely FDV approved. Go right ahead and use my discount code Fumi and get you.
The value of the information that we were given. So it's not overwhelming. It was very clearly laid out. It was accessible, even for someone that's not familiar with public relations.
Now I'm leaving, feeling more PR ready. What I thought I knew, I now know more. What I came to do, I've done so much more.
If you are serious about really growing your business or growing your brand, then like this is really this is a must.
And I love the fact that I came away from it feeling and knowing that I now have a clear pathway for the things I want to do next for my business.
I'm literally in awe.
I feel like I can pitch. There's so many platforms that I've wanted to go on, so many podcasts or just things that I thought I can only dream about. But in this retreat and just through the classes and the sessions, I really learned how to actually reach out to those platforms, to those huge platforms.
Know that when it comes to PR, Nina gonna put you together, okay? During our sessions, how she walked us through the playbook and she had us complete tasks. It gave us a sense of clarity.
Nina, you did that. You brought a group of amazing women together and you helped us bond, to see our worthiness. And yeah, it was everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Yes, it's really been a unforgettable experience.
This is by far the most impactful few days I've had in a very long time.
Nina, you have no idea how profoundly your journey has impacted my journey.
Don't even think about not signing up.